The purpose of this podcast is to educate and inform. It is no substitute for professional care by your doctor or your qualified healthcare professional. Never disregard or delay professional medical advice because of something you've heard on this podcast or in any linked material. Guests who speak on this podcast express their own opinions, experience, and conclusions. Dr. Shirley neither endorses nor opposes any particular opinion discussed on this podcast. The views expressed on this podcast have no relation to those of any academic, hospital, practice, institution, or other entity with which Dr. Shirley may be affiliated.
Welcome to Forever Fab, the podcast on fashion, the art of living, and all things beauty. This podcast is curated by Dr. Shirley Madhere, MD, as the definitive source of holistic wellness through beauty.
Hi, everyone. This is Dr. Shirley with another episode of 15 Minutes of FAB, where I talk to you about my beauty secrets, my wellness experiences, and also some wellness secrets and the stuff that I've been using and experiencing for years to hopefully help make me a better person and a more beautiful person inside and out. So today's 15 Minutes of FAB focuses on a product review, Calendula. So what is Calendula? Calendula is a homeopathic product, and it's Calendula officinalis, and that's its origin, that's its full name, and it's also known as the garden marigold. It's an herbal remedy. It contains flavonoids and linoleic acid, and both of those fight inflammation. So according to the brand, and the brand that I particularly use, that I've been using for years, is the Calendula by Boiron, B-O-I-R-O-N, a French company with a long-standing history of just fabulous, efficacious, wonderful products. So according to the brand, Calendula is used to heal rashes of all sorts, including diaper rash, cuts, scrapes, minor burns, insect bites, skin irritation, wound healing, chapped hands, chapped lips. It also helps to heal nasal irritation from colds and flus. You know, when you have a cold or a flu and you're constantly blowing your nose and it gets so red around your nostrils and it's irritated, Calendula really helps with that as well. The active ingredient is simply Calendula officinalis. That's it. The other ingredients, depending on the formulation, I particularly am partial to the ointment. So in the ointment, the other ingredient is petrolatum, and that's it. Skin types that can use Calendula are all skin types. Again, it's an herbal remedy. So unless you have a known allergy to Calendula or petrolatum, frankly, then any skin type can use this. How do you use it? If you're going to apply the Calendula ointment after a burn, a minor burn, then it's important to cool the burn off first, obviously. So you're going to run cool water on it or cold water on it for several minutes. And once that starts to feel better, you pat it dry, and then you can apply the ointment on. And you can apply the ointment onto the affected area 2 to 3 times daily at a minimum. Because the beautiful thing, or one of the beauties of homeopathic medicines, is that they're naturally occurring. They work with your body as opposed to on your body, and therefore you can apply them as many times as you want without any fear of negative side effects. So I have been using Calendula not only personally but also in my practice. I studied homeopathy many years ago, and I integrated homeopathy into my practice because I felt that it is an important adjunct and complement to the healing process, to the recovery process after surgery, and even after minor procedures. So I have a whole spectrum of homeopathic medicines that I use in my practice, and one of the ones that I brought over from my practice, so to speak, into my personal life is Calendula. I mentioned earlier that I'm partial to the ointment, but there's also a gel formulation. There's a cream formulation, a lotion formulation, and the ointment. So one of the reasons why I love the ointment is because I actually use Calendula not only for what the brand recommends that it should be used for, but I also use it for plenty of other things that are probably not recommended by the brand. But in general, I have found it to be absolutely effective. If ever I've had a minor irritation or a minor burn, I apply Calendula straight away, and it is immediate relief in my experience. I've also used it as an eyelash makeup remover. Even though that the brand, I'm sure, doesn't know about that and probably wouldn't be so happy with me saying that. But that's how I use it. I also use it as a lip conditioner, and I use it frequently after epilation or waxing. And it absolutely is calming, soothing, and healing. So it works for me, and I recommend this highly, not only to you, my listeners, but obviously also to my patients. So overall, I'm going to give Calendula ointment in particular by Boiron a FAB score on a scale of 1 to 5 of 5. Why? Because of the various formulations. If you don't like a greasy ointment, use a lotion. If you don't like a lotion, use a cream. It's non-comedogenic. It's effective. It's natural, hence its homeopathic nature. It has a clean formulation. It's non-irritating. I use it for various things other than skin irritations, rashes, and minor burns. I use it as a lip conditioner. I use it as an eyelash conditioner or eyelash makeup remover. I use it after epilation or waxing services. And I actually use it when the people who give me a pedicure go a little too hard on cutting my cuticles and actually cause a little bit of damage. I immediately apply Calendula for a few days and it's done, healed, finished, like nothing ever happened. So those are the reasons why I give Boiron's Calendula ointment a FAB score of 5. I urge you to go out and get some and stock it everywhere that you have a potential situation. Thanks for listening to this week's episode of 15 Minutes of FAB. Until next time, stay FAB, inside and out.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of Forever Fab, the podcast on fashion, the art of living, and all things beauty, curated by Dr. Shirley Madhere, MD. Live beautifully and help make the world a more beautiful place.